Permanent Onslaught unlocked, Permanent Rage unlocked, but we still have a couple of problems to solve. But first and foremost, welcome back, beautiful bastards. The name is Wolf, and this is day 3 of my Ancestral Commander General's Cry. It's been a rough one today. Today I wanted to do some progression on the maps, which has been going. I've been doing tier 15, tier 16 maps. I've been able to obtain some endgame progression as well. Some Void Stones have been locked in. But unfortunately, my 6-linking has been quite troublesome. I've thrown most, if not all, of my currency at the wall. And out of the 2 6-links I wanted, I only ended up with 1 6-link and 1 4-link. Not even a 5-link. It's been tragic. Normally, it's a little easier to hit within 1500 fusings. But I guess this particular event has been just a cruel joke on me. Hopefully, your 6-linking has been fruitful. Other than that, we have a bunch of levels, a bunch of gear changes. And a respec is on the horizon once I can get my vision craft, as we refer to it, with the recombinators. But I can't even hit tier 1, let alone tier 2 on the Kurai Mao, which has been the recommended weapon of choice. But let's talk a little bit about the changes that I have been pushing. The Autumn Wolf still stands at level 90 right now. Wolves may cry in case you want to follow along on PoE Ninja. Although heads up, my character is a bit of a mess right now, as I was trying to upgrade, but unfortunately I ran out of currency and things are a bit messy. Also, we are still above 400 strength in anticipation of the unique belt, because I don't expect myself to be able to either farm up a Mage Blood or a Headhunter for that matter. So the Magnate is probably the belt of choice that I would like to have, including what I would like to have as a 6-link, but unfortunately, as I was speaking about, not happening so far. We have the Cyclone on the Fortify, Endurance Charge, and Shockwave, which allows me to also respec some of the tree, which has given me access to Permanent Onslaught as a result of the cluster I crafted. A very easy craft, just hitting Fizz on the Harvest Bench. But other than that, yeah, I do want a 5, preferably 6-link this, and we'll go from there. I'm very happy to get my very first Corrupted Comb Sign as well. This was the very first Comb Sign I found in a Blighted map. My very first natural drop, I hit a Val Orb, I hit this Elemental Res, which has given me an idea to maybe pursue a unique body with the Massive Life one. I don't know what the name of it is, but it gives you a buttload of life if you don't have life mods on any other gear equipment. Now, Comb Sign does have life innately on the implicit, but if you corrupt it, it doesn't, which does give you access to do so. So maybe the Jun-grown path, I believe it is, might be recommended here for me, but we'll see how it goes depending on the prices. I do have a very nice 6-link body armor. I did fix this today. As you can see, tier 1 chaos, tier 1 elemental res, tier 1 life, bunch of armor. The implicits are wrong, but I quite literally ran out of currency. As you can see, I'm completely broke. I have 71 chaos to my name and no fusings. But yeah, it's a bit of a mess right now, but we're making progress. It is part of the growing pains at the early stages of a league for me always. We do have a nice little helm, a little bit of rarity now, a little bit of life, intelligence, double res, very comfy, still no implicits. We do have to slam those once we get those Eldritch Altars, which is what I'm going to do next. We also have a new glove, I believe. I'm not sure this was part of yesterday's interpretation, but as you can see, some life, some double res, some dex, a little bit of damage. Nothing too spicy, just a black market victory right here. The exposure should have been fire, but I ran out of currency, and the extinguish enemies is nice, but not intended for what we seek. I might go with a unique glove, depending on how I want to do it, or perhaps just a quality of life gearing implicit, since we don't use spell suppress on this one, but more max res. So we'll see how that turns out. Who knows? The belt, pretty similar still, life, res. I do need to upgrade this to preferably the Magnate or a heavy belt, but we'll see how that goes. New pair of boots. Unfortunately, this is a hybrid boot. I want a pure armor boot, but hey, the black market giveth, the black market taketh. Life, resistance, good movement speed. I can't complain. Double stats. Very lovely. The implicits are incorrect as well. I want action speed, but it is what it is. Until we maybe look at a unique pair of boots. Maybe the Corpse Walker is what I used on my Berserker Blade Flurry Boss Killer General Scry build back in the day. So maybe we should look at that as well. I did also switch out the Onslaught Flask, since we now have Permanent Onslaught from simply War Crying. Because if we do War Cry, we get Onslaught, and General Scry goes off every 2 seconds, or so it's up permanently. So we have an Amethyst Flask to help with the Chaos Res. With the Flask active, we are positive, so I'll take that. That's all we can really hope for. In terms of the gems, we have Herald of Purity, Steel, Herald of Ash, Blood and Sand, War Banner, Leap Slam, Faster Attacks, Desecrate, which is still needing to automate somehow. It is such a pain to play with it against bosses. General's Cry got some quality auto exertion. We also gave quality to Tech Slam, which is very, very nice. The General's Cry quality is huge because it gives you an extra Mirage Warrior. So instead of 5, you have 6. And then the additional damage scaling on the endurance charge for more damage is huge for all the endurance charges we have. Pulverize, endurance charge, melee stun, melee fizz. I wonder if there's a better support here, especially since we are looking to convert mostly into elemental. So maybe this is going to be an awakened melee fizz. Maybe this is going to be an awakened elemental attack, depending on how the numbers end up in PoB once I start looking into optimizing it. But first, make it work. Second, make it work better, right? Still trying to solve my mana, which is weird because I do have the gem here with mana on hit, a little bit of crit, which is not really relevant until we get the better maul and some attack speed. But we also have the leech wheel right here with instant leech, and yet somehow I still find myself running out of mana constantly. It's really weird. I don't understand it. But yeah, we'll solve it in the future. We're still running Ancestral Endurance, Ancestral Defiance, Toughened Skin, and Born Under Fire. Nothing has changed. The tree hasn't honestly changed except for the fact that we now have Lead by Example. This is the note that gives you permanent onslaught, assuming you War Cry every 4 seconds, which General's Cry does automatically. Riding Below is supposed to be Mob Mentality, but it's a very rare hit. But that's what we ultimately want. And here we have a Jewel Socket ready for another one, another gem, or maybe some other unique shenanigans that we might be looking into. Other than that, we still have the Endurance Charge, the Elemental Mastery right here. Since I am not critting, I'm still running Chill, although I do want to get rid of that at some point. I'm still thinking about unspecking Skull Cracking and the minor notes for crit notes once we switch to crit. Juggernaut, Cannibalistic Rite with Mana Mastery, because for some reason I'm still having mana issues, so I'm still running this until I can solve it properly. Kinetic Impact, more damage against rares and uniques, because with this particular weapon in tier 15, tier 16s, with the right mods, killing uniques and rares does become a bit of an issue, so I'm trying to grab as much damage for that as I can. Some more resistance, some more life. I already spoke about Steadfast being unspec'd as a result of Fortify now being socketed, although we might even drop Fortify if we can get a large cluster, maybe here or even down here, because this has damage, because of something called Overlord, because I believe that actually works on maces, which is going to give us Fortify on the cluster, so we can actually put in another quality of life, or otherwise perhaps a damage mod for better clear, which is going to be really, really comfy. Still running the value notes for like Destroyer, since we're not doing crit stuff. Golem's Blood. I am trying to pick up Disciple of the Unyielding, although I am thinking about maybe picking up the Lava Lash and picking up the mastery that says critical strikes do not inherently ignite, but getting 100% increased damage with hits against ignited enemies. And we do fire damage, and we do have a little bit ignite chance, and we do attack very fast with Cyclone. So maybe that's the play, as opposed to picking up the quality of life that Disciple of the Unyielding gives, although it gives us a lot of damage based on our endurance charges, and it just adds a lot of area effect, stun, and armor, and just like a lot of just goodness, especially with the mastery for increased damage. So maybe that might be better. I'm not sure which way the wind blows yet. We'll see how it turns out. We'll see how it feels. But for now, I want quality of life. So yeah, I still want to unspec this. I don't know how to get rid of it yet. We're working on it. But that's kind of what the tree is. If you want to pause the video, you can see it. It is a bit of a mess. I do have to respec this stuff right here. I don't want to go through the middle. I think I get some travel notes here for 3. Pick up the jewel socket in the end. That's going to be really, really good. There's some very valuable notes here that we might be able to tap into. Nomadic Teachings, Protection Mastery, Corrupted Blood cannot be inflicted upon you is pretty good. There's some like wonderful notes for Scepter, at least maces and scepters with crit, which is what I'm waiting on right now, because that's going to require a big respec. And well, I'm low on currency, including respecking, and I'm also low on gold because I've been trying to bloody 5, let alone 6 link this damned hammer. It's been a project. I'm also looking into what kind of farming strat I want to employ, because if you look at my previous farming strat, the big one, the fun farming strat videos, I'm trying to rebuild it with the idols, but I'm missing a couple of mods. So we'll see how that goes as well, because if I can do that, I can actually have fun in the game, because I don't want to do ritual, I don't want to do harvest, I want to have fun. Because it's a game, and I want to have fun, so we'll see how that goes. But yes, this is my, a bit of an update 3. I had some problems with Awakened PoE trait bricking on me, so I couldn't trade and farm properly. So I was trying to sort that out for a while on stream as well. So I'm a little slow today, but hopefully speed can pick up tomorrow. I'll keep you guys posted. Thank you so much for hanging out. Hopefully your day 3 has been more fruitful and more six linky than mine. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Have a good night. Take care. I'm out.